Hi guys, how are you doing? This is Sebastian from TechCentry and welcome to this new video. As you guys probably know, I've been looking for new speakers for my desk setup for quite some time, so I was very excited when M Audio reached out and asked me if I wanted to take a look at their brand new BX4 speakers that were announced less than 24 hours ago. So here's my unboxing and first impressions. So here we then see the packaging as well as some of the key specifications like the 4.5-inch low frequency drivers, and that they are aimed at music production, live streaming and podcasting, and they also include Pro Tools First M Audio Edition with 20 audio effects. Now on top we then see that they are 4.5-inch 120 watt multimedia reference monitors. But now enough about that, it's time to get actually into the box itself to see what else comes in the box with these speakers, and of course take a look at the speakers themselves as well, because looking at things online is always one thing, then actually holding them in your hand is a completely different story. So first off, we'll see here some paperwork, and in this little bag here is actually the owner's manual or user guide, and also some important safety instructions. And last but not least, also here these little foam pads that you can actually stick at the bottom of the speakers so that you have some isolation between your tabletop and the speakers themselves. Then we get to the cables, and first off we'll have an aux cable 3.5 to 3.5 millimeters to connect, for example, your smartphone, if that still has a headphone jack, or also your computer. Next up we'll then have another 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter cable, but this one is actually used to connect the left to the right speaker. Next up we then have another cable, and this is the power cable. Don't be surprised, this is the US cable because these speakers were shipped from the US. I'm based in Germany, so if you purchase them here from a store, then they'll have the German cable included. And then last but not least, we also have a cinch cable, which you can again also use, for example, to connect to your phone or your laptop or PC. But now let's actually speed it up a bit to get a look at these speakers. And here we can see that they're well protected inside the box, so you don't have to worry about them getting damaged during shipping. And we can also see that they have a very minimalistic and professional look to them, which I really appreciate. Currently here we have the active speaker on the right side, which you can easily see by the volume knob and all the inputs. So the volume knob above it has actually an indicator LED which lights up white when the speaker is on. We also have a headphone jack and another aux input, so that's nice to see that we have that on the front, very convenient as well. We then of course have the 4.5-inch main driver as well as the tweeter up top. Turning around the speaker, we will see all the inputs and controls here on this active one. First off, we'll have the unbalanced cinch input that you can use to connect to your computer. We'll then also have a balanced input for connecting to your audio interface, the output to the passive speaker, as well as a high EQ, also the switch to change the position of the active speaker from left to right. Then also we'll have here the low EQ, and last but not least, the power input. Then on the left speaker, in this case, we only have the input from the active speaker. So now after the unboxing, it's time to share my first impressions with you guys, and I have to say they're very positive. Now I was very curious to see how these speakers are because I never owned M Audio equipment in the past, and the first impressions are very positive. The build quality looks great, and there's also a variety of cables included, which is very nice to see, as well as these small isolation pads to isolate these speakers from your desk surface. And of course there was one thing that I was really afraid of, and that is static noise once you turn the speakers on, and I'm very happy to report that there's basically none. So if you don't play back any content, you can still keep these speakers turned on and they won't bother you, which is absolutely amazing. Now I've of course also listened to a couple of songs already and they also sound fantastic, but of course I have to do some more in-depth testing to share my full review with you guys in a couple of weeks. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss this video, as well as leave your comments if you have any questions below in the comment section. Thanks for watching. See you next time.